Things have been really challenging, di ba? Since nung nagka-ECQ, and we all know na different industries talagang naapektuhan itong pandemic na to. Walang pinipili, kumbaga. Wala siyang pinili.
Yeah.
Company or industry. Walang pinili. Mayos ka. Ayan.
Okay.
Inis to. Ayan. So, anyway, syempre, nadami-raming time. So, social media, Facebook. Until parang kahapon yata, I stumbled across this certain photo or may quote. Sabi sa photo, adulting tip. Di ba usong-uso yung mga adulting tip? I've been reading a lot of these lately. Sabi, if you're 20 to 30 years old and your main circle isn't discussing about opening businesses, investing, escaping the 9 to 5, maybe they're talking about the corporate fitness and or self-development, then you probably need to find a new circle. So you remember that your net worth is your net worth. Nung nabasa ko to, parang na-shock ko. Na kuryente. Pero hindi, more on, nagkaroon ako ng mixed feelings about this.
Okay.
Well, you know me, I'm all about achievement, diba?
Prosperity.
Yes. And growth, diba? We're all about that. Diba? Yun lang, but I really don't think that that's enough reason for you to leave your friends behind. No, if you guys are not talking about fitness, businesses, investing, escaping the 9 to 5, especially during these times, diba?
Right.
It's all good. It's all good. We should be supporting each other to grow and all. No? But I don't think it's one thing na sobrang kailangan, as in nasa number one list ng priority ng mga tao at this point. Should be pressuring ourselves to be productive, and start all these businesses, lalo na kung mentally or psychologically medyo.
Actually, sa dami ng nag-open na businesses, para pag nag-open ako ng Facebook, parang ube cheese pandesal, kimchi, mga, di ba, mga ibang food products, which is good, I think.
Yes.
I mean, if you're, But
gusto ko yun, di ba? Kasi ikaw nga, di ba, nitong pandemic, it also pushed you to introduce or start your tea business, di ba? Oh, by the way, like yung Facebook page ng tea business ni David.
Masarap yung tea ko. Check nyo na.
Tea as in the drink, ha? That's lemon tea, right?
Yeah, lemon and ginger.
Ayun. Yeah, but yun nga. But what do you think about this quote?
Well, ako kasi, in a psychological standpoint, I mean, 20 to 30s is the stage or the period wherein dapat nagbe-build tayo ng sarili natin. And building ourselves entails, tawag dito, yung ating savings, okay, yung ating funds for future goals. Pangalawa would be our circle in that sense, kasi syempre when you are building something or when you have future plans, kailangan mo na magandang support group. So at the same time, it is the period wherein we're outside, we're no longer focused much on what's happening inside the house. Ang focus natin is, we have met people, building our business, our connections, etc. So on a psychological standpoint, healthy siya. Healthy that people are seeking new connections, new circles, and really expanding their connections, if we are to put it that way. However, I think everything should be done moderately. Parang hindi siya conclusive na parang between your 20s and 30s, you have to, like, if pangit yung circle mo, abandon them. Parang
exactly.
I mean, siguro what's best would be increase or improve your circle. We have certain friends for certain reasons. So let's say, for example, we have Di ba? Parang may kaibigan ka na gusto mo, katangahan mo lang.
Parang ikaw lang, sa akin, di ba?
Oo, di ba? Parang kabardagulan mo lang, di ba? Kapag wala kang magawa, parang may kaibigan ka for that. So, I don't think na, number one, it would be healthy for you and for, well, again, if we talk about dysfunction, you know, if that circle is not healthy for you in terms of your mindset, in terms of your growth, in terms of how you see growth as it is, siguro that's the time that you may decide on it. Pero I think it's not for everybody. Kasi like what you said nga, we're in a pandemic. And you know what? Anxiety, depression cases are really rising. And one way that we could somehow buffer its effects is through connection, di ba? Through our contacts, di ba? And ngayon, since, you know, there's social distancing, online lang talaga. So, di ba, parang ikaw ba i-abandon mo yung mga kabardagulan friends mo? Like what I said, okay, maganda may segment ka. Okay, these are friends na babalikan mo kapag you are desperate, and there are friends na who also think the same way. Kumbaga, sabi ko nga, iba-iba tayo ng wavelength eh. So, I mean, di ba, hindi naman, mas maganda may yung wala ka naman, that those people can contribute something to you in terms of growth, your mindset, ganyan. So, I guess it would be holistic to say na dapat talaga broad reach. Abandonment, siguro, like what I said, abandonment will, or parang forgetting about your old set of friends will only happen if like talagang they affect you in a very dysfunctional
exactly, di ba? Like to the point na they're dragging you down, no? Di ba?
Yes, or mga duhulista yan, addict yan, no?
Not to discriminate against these people, di ba? But if they're causing you, di ba, stress already, or mas nakakadagdag pa sila sa distress mo, or hindi talaga kayo magka-jive, then probably that's a good reason for you to look for another set of friends, di ba? But we're talking about here yung parang totally abandoning.
We're talking about life. Yeah, we're talking about life kasi parang dun sa minention mo kanina, nabasa mo online. Parang ang ang one-sided niya, it talks about career eh.
Yeah. Parang nandun yung pressure for you to be productive at all times, no? Which I'm not against. No? I'm totally up for that. But I think it's totally unfair kung i-judge mo lang yung friends mo sa basis ng value na nadadala nila sa'yo, di ba?
Yes.
So that means lahat tayo magiging conditional na yung relationships natin. No, if one person is not putting value or adding value to our life or our quality of life, parang we leave them behind. Parang I don't think that's what friendship is about, di ba? Because many times I've proven, lalo na yung mga down points ko, na parang wala akong makakapitang iba, then one or two really good friends.
Ikaw nawawalan ka ng
will come to the picture, di ba? Yung hindi mo ina-expect na yung mga taong to yung, di ba, makaka-cheer up sa'yo, di ba? So, for me lang, with that quote, no, let's I think we should tread carefully, no? But with cutting friends loose, yung mga ganyan. Lalo na ngayon, di ba, yung naging stressful lalo yung social media recently because of the endless political debates, no, and a lot of issues, no, all around us. I think we really have to know the communication is really still the key, no, at this point.
Saka maraming cases na din about, parang suicide and depression na, it only took one person to connect to another to save that person's life.
Exactly.
And parang, di ba, parang looking at it, malay mo, di ba, you're busy growing yourself without even thinking na baka ikaw, your simple act pala could save a life. So, I guess it's not about leaving them naman. Siguro, like what you mentioned kanina, pwede ka naman mag-prioritize pa din nung mga important things na nangyayari sa buhay mo. Without compromising yung connections. Kasi like what I said, yun nga, the opposite of depression is connection. So for as long as you keep your lines open, who knows who you might save, di ba? Yeah. This walang kwenta friend could turn out somebody great in the future kasi matutulungan mo.
Exactly.
Di ba? So, yeah, I guess, if you have that kind of mindset na you have to improve constantly, you have to keep moving, di ba masaya din na somehow you are influencing these friends na hindi masyadong ganado sa buhay, di ba? Parang
yeah, and we're not saying na i-tolerate mo yung yung tambay mentality, no? We're not saying that. It's just, I think we have to respect, each other's spacing, and style of doing things, di ba? Hindi naman lahat ng tao magiging kasing passionate ng pinaka-passionate na tao na kakilala mo. But that doesn't mean that they're less successful in life or in their respective leagues. So I think at the end of the day, respect for each other's pacing, chapter in life, di ba? That's very, very important, especially now. And I think that's the last thing we need best at this time to really parang cut our friends off, lalo na sa mga panahong to. What if ikaw lang pala yung kayang kausapin ng taong yun, mag-open up sa'yo. Tapos ika-cut.
Yeah, you can still win. Yeah, you can still win in life naman with having different types of people around you. I believe in that. Siguro yun nga, yung ano na yan, yung saying na yan, or kung saan mo man nakuha yan, yung phrase, yung ano ba yung caption, or what do you call that one? Parang gano'n. Yung quote na yan, yung quotation na yan, I guess that applies well on work and business. Kasi of course, pag work and business, ganyan. Pero sometimes kasi we're blinded. In our 20s and 30s, we're blinded with the idea na our friends or people in work and in business are also our friends. Di ba? And parang, hindi mo pwede mo siya pagsabayin. But then again, you mustn't lose touch of the entire picture. Okay na, it's not just about work, it's not career. Okay? And, parang, I mean, to each his own naman talaga ang journey natin. Pero di ba, somehow, it's kind of selfish, di ba, if you look at it that way. Well, for most, di ba, parang yung energy natin nauubos na to me. Pero akin na lang, kumbaga, ano makukuha ko dito, ano mabe-benefit ko dito. So, maybe it's time then that we look at a different perspective na, how can I help this person? Or, di ba, kung ganito yung uri ng circle ko ngayon, ano kaya yung pwede kong gawin para ma-stimulate yung kakaibang activity na, diba?
Instead of leaving them behind. I mean, that's not your only option, di ba? Kung nakikita mo
and siguro not just leaving them behind, pero looking down at these people. But there's this kind of mentality na parang, okay, so we're not at par with our status in career, etc. Therefore, you can't be my friend. Parang gano'n. Yeah. So,
unfortunately,
although sabi ko nga,
it's real.
Yeah, yung time nga natin ngayon, talagang 20s, 30s naka-invest yan sa career. So siguro doon ang gagaling yung quotation na yan, na parang, when you are so invested on yourself, it pays to be in a circle na talagang ipupush ka forward. But then again, sabi ko nga, one-sided yun. And hindi siya hindi siya holistic.
Yeah, and again, at the end of the day, for
kasi
me...
Kasi it doesn't equate yung being good at work and being a good
yun na nga.
Hindi
ibig sabihin na businessman ka or
you're productive at work.
Yes.
Although it says a lot about your work ethics and all, but then again, it's just one aspect.
But it doesn't equate to you being a whole person, di ba? Yun yung nami-miss. I think that's what the point is missing, di ba? Yes. I'm all up for growth. I'm all up for productivity. But I don't think that should be the sole deciding factor whether or not we are going to be friends, with a person, or if we are going to cut them loose simply because maybe they're having a hard time now, or maybe they're not feeling like talking about being productive at this point, diba? Let's respect them. And sabi mo nga kanina, maybe you can turn it around, diba? Maybe you are their friend for a reason, and you will be the one naman to pull them up. Or to pull them out of that way. Yun.
Right. I had a talk with my mom nung isang umaga over breakfast. Tapos parang she was talking about this book that she read about how we were programmed ever since we started schooling. Na parang in school, there's this ranking na top 1, top 2, top 3, top 4. So parang nagkaroon tayo ng mentality na it's only us. Kumbaga, nakadepende sa atin yung success na, which is true naman. Okay, but however, parang nawawala yung, di ba, you will do everything to reach that ranking na gusto mo. However, parang nawawala yung spirit of collaboration, yung yung parang yung human touch na parang ang mentality lahat ng tao ay I have to be I take, I do, I put myself into this work, etc. Na parang paano yung mga nasa baba? Okay? If top companies, eto na, graduate na si student. Ngayon, top companies will look for top, di ba? Mga top.
Ikaw, parang ikaw. Puro top, ang ina.
Ano yan? Oo, parang yung PM mo sa akin. Okay, so, ayun. So, parang, ang unfair kasi, that's how life works. That's how the society works ngayon eh. It's sad kasi, of course, if we put it in the context of multiple intelligence, parang, di ba, this ranking, anong basis niyan? Sino nag-set nung structure and standard? Hindi ba yung ganun din? So, in return, parang, ngayon, di ba, we can see that, a lot of skilled people, wala rin naman masyadong, maraming skilled people ngayon na parang hindi din naman academically okay, di ba? Mm-hmm. But still, they are thriving kasi they have a different way of expressing their intelligence and their capabilities. So, I guess it's systemic. We can never blame them, these people who think that way. So, we were wired to think that way.
Yeah.
Bata pa tayo na, condition na tayo na, you have to do you have to study. Di ba, parang naalala ko yung kaklase ko nung elementary, ayaw kong pakopyahin, top 1 yun. Di ba, parang damot naman ito. Parang at such a young age, ang damot. Parang, di ba,
I think that's a totally different discussion. David, di ba? Yung mga ganyan, lalo na yung educational system natin, no? And how we were wired to always go for the top spot, no? And yun na nga, going back to this post na nakita natin, that's really catching attention.
Nakita mo, no?
Nakita mo rin, di ba?
Kaya
nga natin pinag-uusapan ngayon. It's because, yun na nga, I think we have to be kinder to ourselves, no, at this point.
Mm-hmm.
Kasi sabi nga...
And speaking of being kind to oneself...
Sige, ikaw muna.
Sige, ikaw muna. Okay?
Dali, before we wrap this up.
Ayan, nawala yung thought ko eh. Go ahead. Go ahead, Kuya Erwin.
I think, really, this year, na-push tayong lahat na yung going back to basics of it all, di ba? And sabi nga nila, 2020, our focus should be on surviving this year first. Because a lot of things really happened this year. And again, let's not pressure ourselves into just being productive all the time. Give yourself a break. Give yourself the break that you deserve.
Productivity naman doesn't entail only work.
Yeah.
You can be productive by doing hobbies and what you love to do.
Things that help you relax, di ba?
Yes. Ikaw, what helps you relax?
From time to time, I play, di ba? I play Mobile Legends, di ba? I watch Netflix, I read. So, alam mo yun, it's not always about work, career, business, making money. It's not always about that. So, I think really
dapat talaga balance talaga. A well-balanced life is the key to being happy, to being kasi minsan anyway, maybe for another topic, no. Pero yun nga, kwento ko lang din, parang so nagpa-tarot card reading ako. 'Di ba? Sobrang bored ko, sabi ko, hindi pa ako inaantok noon. So parang there's this friend, sobrang galing magbasa talaga. Well, alam mo yun, parang nakita ko din yung connection nung anyway, ang layo ko na dun sa topic. Siguro maybe some other... Baka lumayo tayo Veer away na. No, pero ang point ko lang dito is being kind to oneself.
Sinisingit mo talaga yan.
Kinokontrol ko yung na-excite ako masyado. But then again, ang main point ko rin dito, or I would want to agree with you on, we have to be kind to our persons kasi talaga, times are tough. Hindi na okay. Maraming affected and a lot are stressed. Okay? So, and when we talk about stress, andyan ang irritability, andyan ang depression, andyan ang anxiety. Kabit-kabit yan eh. So, it's only a matter of time. So, again, siguro before we practice empathy sa ibang tao, dapat magawa muna natin yan sa sarili natin. So, yeah, pag-practice na natin ang sarili natin. Yeah. Ikaw ba, how do you become kind to yourself? O in times na sobrang talagang babad ka sa work, tas pakiramdam mo, yun na lang talaga yung buhay mo. Oo.
Ako, really, it's actually the friends, the good friends that you have, di ba? Yun na nga sabi ko sa'yo. Sabi ko nga sa'yo,
ako, doon ako naka... sige, gawa.
Ano naman, babanat ka na naman. I don't think, like for example, sabi mo nga, pag masyado kang stress, pag feeling mo, sobrang dami mo nang ginagawa, you're starting to feel burnt out, di ba? I start a conversation or two with a good friend, di ba, who I haven't reconnected with recently, di ba, yung mga childhood friends mo, it's so easy to reconnect with them. They may not be in your inner circle, but yeah, it pays if you ask them how they are from time to time, di ba? Yeah, but medyo malayo na siya dun sa natin, dun sa sa post na nakita natin, di ba? Palayo tayo na palayo eh.
Ikaw yung moderator, di ba? So babalik natin.
Oo, so yun nga. What do you think what's your final nugget about this, Dave?
Okay. Again, there's nothing wrong. There's nothing wrong. You're in your 20s, you're in 30s, you want to be out there and seize every opportunity. That's okay, that's fine. Okay, and you at some point you can overdo it. Okay, and you will overdo things that you are currently doing, like yun nga, parang building your network. Ito, parang ito lang gusto ko, ito lang. That's totally fine. That's that's for your preference. But in the long run, like what I mentioned, when you overdo things, it's gonna come back to you. So, and that's what we're trying to avoid dito. We can always do things in moderation. Without compromise. Kasi of course, kapag dun lang yung focus mo, may mga ibang aspeto na nako-compromise. And we shouldn't lose our humanity and human side because of all these pursuits. I think, for me, life is so much more than that eh. So, and sabi mo nga kanina, mahirap na ang kondisyon natin ngayon. Okay, let's not make it more difficult for ourselves and other people as well. So, yun.
It's tough. It's tough to lose friends, at this point, diba? Kaya, isihan lang natin, guys. Kalmahan natin, huwag tayo masyadong ma-pressure, Especially at this point, sabi nga natin, our main goal for 2020 is to survive this year first.
Yes.
Making money and all, there's all proper time for that. I'm not against it, but then we say that you should do things moderately and responsibly. The key to everything is balance. So don't get caught up, don't get eaten up by this a goal or passion of making it to the top always, di ba? Kasi if that's all in your mind, then somewhere along the
that's
way.
Totally fine.
That's totally fine. That's totally
iba
fine.
Naman tayo ng iba-iba tayo ng yung what makes our balanced life. Diba? What's a balanced life for you may be different for me.
Exactly.
So for as long
but
as
what I'm saying is don't let your goals be everything. To the point na along the way you're losing your humanity. Diba? Because what's the point if nasa taas ka nga, you got all this money and all, pero pagtingin mo sa paligid mo, people don't recognize you anymore. Diba? And you yourself, when you look
who cares about people, right? Parang we need money.
What's worse is when you look at yourself at the mirror, you can't even recognize who's that person. Because lahat ng nag-form sa'yo is this goal and pressure of gaining and taking everything, diba? So, life is just not about that. Kaya let's tread carefully through this life, lalo na ngayon, nasa 20s, 30s tayo. I know this time is a good time, the perfect time for us to focus on our career, build ourselves for the future. But let's not forget that the 20s to 30s, di ba? Yan din yung time para marami kang ma-discover sa life, in terms of experience-wise. Which will teach you.
Saka alam mo ba? Oo, dagdag ko lang din parang part dun sa yung conversation namin ng nanay ko, sabi niya, dun sa podcast na yon, ang daming successful people in their 50s, 60s who regret being successful when they reached that point. Kasi again, when you reach that point, 50s, 60s, ito na yung realizations ito na yung giving back But what can you give back if during your 20s, 30s, and 40s mo, puro ka take. Okay, na talagang super, self-absorbed and and talagang you're all about yourself.
Yeah.
So again, happiness is how will you, doon ang bottom line natin parang 'di ba? Parang tama ba happiness o ibang topic?
Hindi, iba rin 'yan. Iba na. Iba 'yun. Yeah. What we're saying is just if your friends make you happy, and you guys are not stepping naman on other people, you're not abusing yourselves, and others, wala kayong ginagamit, wala kayong natatapakang ibang tao, then respect for your friends, your pacing, and most importantly, respect your chapter, in your life right now. Yun lang. So yes, thank you, David.
Okay, so yeah, we had a good run.
Meron kang mga
dami kong ideas talagang
gusto ka i-promote? Meron ka bang gusto i-promote or i-plug?
I-promote? Wala naman. Siguro you can add me up on my Facebook.
Bakit? Ano ba pinibenta mo? Bakit? Ano ang business
on my Facebook account. So that's David Yunjik Damian. Tapos reach out ka lang, if you wanna talk to somebody. Tapos you wanna try. By the way, my tea is free. Okay, my homemade tea, my homemade ginger and lemon tea is for free.
You're giving away your tea all the time, ha?
All you need to do is ask. Ikaw malapit na yung birthday mo, tas ayaw mo ng delivery fee. So maghintay ka, right? Kailan nga birthday mo? Kailan birthday mo?
Sa atin lang yun, di ba? My birthday is just around the corner. So yeah, thank you very much, Dave. I'll see you again our next
time. Okay.
Bye. Bye, guys.
Bye.